Next question, what advice would Father offer to someone who worries they will not save their soul?
Stop it. Stop doing that. Well, and I wouldn't tell them, stop worrying that you will not save your soul. We all should be aware of the fact that it is grace that sustains us, right? And ultimately, in order to save our souls, we'll need the grace of final perseverance, right? We'll need that. And that is a grace. And so we realize that, yes, our salvation is not assured. And our cooperation with grace is essential. So we worry that we will not at some point cooperate with God's grace and therefore be lost. So someone who has that thought come to him should immediately, prompted by a grace from God, because God would never let them think that without giving them the grace to respond to it. And the response is, I intend to always cooperate with the grace of God. And I beg of thee, Lord, please always give me thy grace, but give me the grace not only to know thy will, but to correspond to thy will, to not only know what you want, but to do what you want me to do. Give me the grace to cooperate with your grace. There's a prayer to the Holy Ghost that is very beautiful, very brief, beautiful. Come, Holy Ghost, enlighten my mind that I may know what is right. Strengthen my will that I may do what is right. Inflame my heart with love for God and charity for my neighbor. Very brief prayer, and but it says quite a bit. So what a person is actually praying for, when he's saying, okay, I know that I'm weak, I'm frail, I'm sinful, I still have many attachments to the world. The things of the world still represent a danger to my salvation for that very reason. But at this moment that I realize that, God is giving me the grace to respond by turning to him and asking him, oh Lord, please grant that I may always be faithful to thee, and that I may always do thy holy will, and correspond to thy will, and respond to thy grace, and finally persevere and save my soul. So as much as we may doubt ourselves, we cannot doubt God's will that we be saved. And if we at that moment can say, I want to be saved, and we know God wills that we be saved, even if we're terrible sinners. God wills not the death of the sinner, but that he be converted and live. So even a terrible sinner who thinks that can still not doubt that God wills that he save his soul. And he can pray for the grace, not only to answer God's grace at the moment, every moment till he dies, but he can pray in advance for the grace of final perseverance too.